So I was watching Kim Kardashian the other day, and as I was looking at her, the Lord spoke to me clear as day, and he gave me this word. So I know that if you're watching this, he wanted you to hear this. And I'm going to play the video for you at the end of this, but I want to give you what he gave me first, all right? So it's no accident that you're watching this. All right, check this out. 1 Corinthians 1:27. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. All right, now check this out. We're going to go to John 3:16, very familiar. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. You know, the Bible says that the Lamb was slain before the foundations of the earth. He gave, all right, his only begotten Son. Remember that. Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Pretty much God is saying that I'm going to do what I want to do, right? So in 1 Corinthians, it says God will use the foolish things to confound the people who think they're wise. John 3:16 says that he sent his only begotten Son. That was his idea. That was his purpose. So he sent his Son knowing that they were going to kill him. So that means that the people that killed Jesus actually in a way were used by God for his purpose and for his glory. I'm not talking about if they're saved or not. I'm talking about that God can use the foolish things to confound the wise. I want to open your mind wide open. Marcus, what are you saying? God used a flood in the Bible. He used the storm when Jesus was on the boat to teach the apostles something. He can use broke circumstances and people. He used Joseph's circumstances, his brothers betraying him, Potiphar's wife, all right, betraying him, lying on him to get him to where he wanted him to be. He used misfits, murderers, rejects, adulterers all throughout the Bible. He uses kings and presidents. Marcus, what are you saying? What's the point? He can use people that are not saved to accomplish something. All right, he used the Babylonians and the Syrians at different times to capture the Israelites, to take them into captivity, to work out whatever he was trying to work out in them. He used the lions, right, with Daniel. He used the fire with the 3 Hebrew boys, because we're still reading these stories years later, being inspired by it, sermons being preached by it. So he used people that were not saved to accomplish his will. And that's where we're going with this. When I was looking at Kim Kardashian speak, and you're going to see the video for yourself, and she began to say, you know, Kanye, what started for him was a healing process. And I told you guys I've been praying for Kanye for a long time, and I rebuked him, you know, many years ago, and then I saw him go to the mental hospital and all that stuff. And the way that I saw it was that God was dealing with him. All right, his mother had already put seeds in him. And so when God got done dealing with him, what he decided to do was to seek God in the only way he knew how, which was his gift and his music. Religious folks in their ignorance will come in, oh, don't be deceived, and they will kill the seed. So check this out. What the Lord was showing me is that I will use whoever I want to plant the seed. I will use whatever circumstance I want to plant the seed. It's not always a man of God or a prophet of God. I can use, check this out, I can use the Illuminati, somebody just researching the Illuminati, obsessed by it, right? To make them feel like, man, this is scary. I need God. Without a man of God or a woman of God ever saying nothing to him, he can use different circumstances, a car accident, anything that he wants to use. He can use a flood. He can use anything to get somebody's attention, to open them up for what? Paul says one plants the seed, the other waters, God brings the increase. He can use a Kim Kardashian to say something. He can use Kanye West to say something to a group of people that just plant a seed, right? And somebody else water and God bring the increase. So Kanye West can be in a place where there's a seed there, and you're going to have two types of Christians. You're going to have Christians who are going to try to kill the seed, destroy the seed, or you're going to have those who are going to come and they're going to try to water it. The Bible says he that winneth souls is wise. If you're not wise, you walking in ignorance, you walking in foolishness. Now, the Bible also says to test every spirit. I never said Mr. Kanye West, like, oh, he's just saved, he's going to heaven, no doubt about it. I said that I see the potential there. I see a seed there that can be watered. If he got around the right individual, he could be discipled with the right individuals. And then also God using him when he got on that stage and he said, Jesus is king. The Bible says every knee is going to bow, every tongue is going to confess. People say, oh, it's heresy. Kanye West, it's heresy, it's heresy. But he's declaring a truth to people that you probably couldn't reach. And while you're so busy sitting there bashing, me or anybody else and say, I don't agree with that, and that's heresy, and we don't agree on this. But if that person is planting the seed, God can send the other one to bring the increase. I'm going to play the video for you guys real quick. I just want you to see it. And then you can just think about it. Think about everything that I just said and think about it from that perspective. The Lord told me a long time ago, that's my ministry. It's to challenge people's perspectives. The Bible says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The Bible says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We do so much stuff in the spirit of religion, self-righteousness, and ignorance that we destroy the harvest. The Bible says the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. We want the harvest to look a certain way, and if it doesn't look a certain way, we kill it. What did the religious folks do? They knew all the Bible, but then when Jesus came on the scene, they didn't recognize the move of God, and they crucified it. Be careful that you are not crucifying, you are not killing the seed. Water it.
Kanye's Sunday service, because he created a church service with music that's turned into these really big weekly events. And we had David Letterman on the show, and I asked him about it, and he raved about it, actually.
He came at a really early stage when it was just inside of a rehearsal studio. Yeah, Kanye started this, I think, just to heal himself, and it was a really personal thing, and it was just friends and family. And he has had an amazing evolution of being born again and being saved by Christ. And he has now made it, people always ask, well, what are you worshiping and what is this? It is a Christian service, like a musical ministry. It is, they talk about Jesus and God and...
Is there a minister there?
Sometimes. So if he goes to a different church where they've shown up and done these surprise little pop-up Sunday services at other churches. So whatever pastor speaks there. And sometimes at the one in Calabasas, he'll have friends that are pastors that are in town get up and speak. But for the most part, it's just a musical ministry. It doesn't, he doesn't have his 501(c) yet, but, to make it an official church. Right. But it is for God, and it's a Christian church. I think that was, sometimes people are like, well, what is this? And what are they doing? But it started off healing for him, and now it's become something that he just really wants to share for everybody else.
Well, and that's what you do on your show. You